My two Satoshis, this is my two Satoshis. Tune in and get the latest and greatest. I'm stacking Toshis, yeah. That's where you need to get the real news at. Yes, your word Crypto Blood, and welcome to another episode of My Two Satoshis. It is November 16th, 2020, and I gotta give a shout out to my man Wire Sparks for the song request today. Missy Elliott, my best friend, featuring Aaliyah, R.I.P. Aaliyah, a R&B singer actually from Detroit, from my city. So thanks for the song request, Wire Sparks. What's good, people? Hope everyone's doing well, and welcome to another episode. So today we are going to be looking at these idiots out here. At least one looks like they shorted about $100 million worth of Bitcoin the other day. Now, I think it may be a little inflated on that number. I'll give you, the reasons why here from this article. But this is out of Cointelegraph that's reporting this whale shorting $100 million worth of Bitcoin. Should you be worried? Should you not? I put out a tweet earlier this morning about this article, and all I said was noob. That's all I had to say. They're going to lose their shirts, their socks, pants, and Gucci shoes. They're going to lose it all. But yeah, we'll take a look at this. I'll give you my two Satoshis on that and how you should approach this. And another article from Decrypt Media. I actually got two today from them. Anthony Scaramucci, actually a $7 billion fund investor. Actually, he runs this fund. He is Skybridge. If you guys know, many of you may know about Skybridge Capital, but he said he's interested in Bitcoin and maybe dipping his toe into it very soon. Again, this is the trend you're going to continually see from Wall Street. They have no choice. With the way the Fed is stealing this wealth from everyone, primarily us first, right? We're the ones that are feeling it the most. Then the 0.1% feel it last. So they get the benefits of this free, easy money. But these Wall Street cats, they're finally waking up. They're saying, look, I have to hedge some of my capital into cryptocurrencies. So he's interested not only in Bitcoin, but some other cryptos as well. But we'll take a look at this. I've been following Anthony Scaramucci for many years now in the investment community. So when he says he's going in, you better believe he's not the only one. Speaking of not the only one, we may touch on this one out of you today, but we've got another software giant co-founder firmly on the Bitcoin bandwagon. I'll try to touch on this if I can in today's episode. But lastly, we have, and I've been telling you guys, this is one of my major concerns with Bitcoin. And of course, not just Bitcoin, but our technological infrastructure worldwide. That is quantum computers. They pose a serious threat to everything we know today as far as security. We got to really pay attention to this, especially, Bitcoin is the last on the list for the type of chaos that would be seen if the wrong people get their hands on, some advanced quantum computer algorithms that are able to crack what we know today as like RSA encryption methods. But this guy comes out of retirement. We'll talk about this individual. He started post-quantum, and he thinks he has an algorithm that will safely secure and protect most of the internet from quantum computers. They just won an award from NIST. We'll take a look at this. He said this also will help with blockchain and, securing blockchain technologies going forward. So definitely want to keep you guys up to breast with this. I'm always dropping articles on Twitter about quantum and the progress that's being made on a weekly, it seems like, basis. You have to pay attention to this because this is one of the biggest, if not the biggest threat to us. Not even financial collapse, Federal Reserve printing us into oblivion. No, this literally is it. Because if this happens, if the wrong people get their hands on it, or if the right people get their hands on it, and they're able to crack open everything from bank accounts, mobile devices, laptops, Wall Street, that's a problem. That is a problem, and we definitely can't let that get in the wrong hands. So promising news here, though. So we'll take a look at that from Decrypt Media as well. All three articles, and maybe four on today's episode of My Two Satoshis. Let's get it. If you guys find these types of videos informative, make sure you like, share, and subscribe, and click that bell to receive more videos like this. And don't forget, guys, if you want to sign up for my algorithm, the automated trading system I have now over on Dudex, used to be on BitMEX, but I've moved to Dudex, better platform, less of the nonsense, you know, liquidations and all that stuff. No nonsense over at Dudex. And also, no VPN needed. All trades are denominated in US dollars. That even helps with you tracking where your gains and losses are. So check them out. I have a link in the description below. You can sign up with that link. Hit me up at algo@cryptoblood.io for more details on that free month of Algo subscription. So that's what's going on with that. But, you know, we also can look at what we have here as far as the charts, right? So remember, I drew these trend lines last week, and we actually over the weekend dipped below that trend line, and we tried a few times to get back above it, actually 3 times to get back above that trend line successfully, close above there more than one candle, and we couldn't do it. So when I saw that, I was a little concerned, no lie, but all of a sudden we never broke this lower area here, this lower trough of this wave here, but all of a sudden we had a nice bid under the market, got us back above this trend line. So now we're safe, which starts at this point 16,500. So we did dip below 16,000 very briefly a couple of times, but we were saved by the bulls. And I think we're again back to clear skies all the way to all-time highs. I've been telling you guys this, and I'm still sticking to it. And unfortunately, we'll take a look at this article, but unfortunately someone has bet 100 million against that notion. I think they're totally wrong. I think they're totally wrong. We're going to see a super big squeeze, short squeeze, probably from that if other people followed that person. I think they did it on BitYard. They put on $100 million. So that could, and again, we'll look at the actual article because that sounds probably bigger than what it is. That's probably leveraged $100 million. So again, we'll take a look at the details. But as far as the heat map, we've got a green day across the board. Litecoin, man, is going ham. It is up. It was up actually earlier over 16%. I don't know what's going on over there. Shout out to my Litecoin fam who's been patiently waiting for moves like this. Bitcoin up 6.6%, trading at 16,689 bucks. Ethereum up 4.09%, trading at $462. XRP is up heavily, 7% today. Not sure why. EOS is up a little bit in comparison to the other coins, not as much, but it is up 3%, trading at $2.57. We got Link up 5.4%. It is at $12.68. I actually put a message out on the Discord earlier saying that my algo went long on Link. That algo is not automated yet, so I'm just trading it manually. It is slow enough to trade manually, so I'm picking up those trades as they come in as well. But I went long on Link maybe about 3-4 hours ago, so that's a nice strong signal for Link, and it is up 5.4% so far. Very good day for Link, or Chainlink. Some of you may know it as that. But overall, like I said, green day, strong green day for Bitcoin and some of the alts. So I feel sorry for this guy, the whale here, who has shorted $100 million. This Bitcoin whale placed on BitYard. This happened on November 15th, so this was yesterday, and this was according to a anonymous trader CL. It comes after various on-chain data points toward a whale-driven sell-off throughout the past week. And so the article talks about, though the momentum of Bitcoin remains strong, there are many reasons that make 16,000 an attractive area for sellers. There is significant liquidity at 16K, primarily because it is a heavy resistance level, but the level has seen relatively higher buyer demand. Stablecoin inflows show. Hence, the battle between buyers and sellers at 16K makes it an area with high liquidity, which is compelling for sellers. It would be compelling for sellers, but that's if we weren't heading for that all-time high again. We're going for it, people. This is without a shadow of a doubt. This was put out actually on yesterday, so I pinned this because I wanted to talk about it, but yeah, it looks like they definitely are going to lose that battle at this point. They give two scenarios here in this article. The first one being that a seller could get engulfed and could cause a squeeze, which might cause the Bitcoin price to increase. The second scenario, let's say it could continue to apply selling pressure on Bitcoin, the trader wrote. So they say approximately 2 hours ago, someone aggressively sold almost 100 million on Bityard. A third of the sales are open. Personally, pretty curious to see what happens if this seller / short trader does get engulfed or if he is let free. Nope. I think he's going to. And so the thing is, guys, I don't even think it actually has happened yet. I don't think the short squeeze has occurred with this individual, because if he did it at around 16,000 or in that area, I mean, he's not even, I would say, is a typical stop loss. I don't know, anywhere between 4%, 5%, right? And if we look at currently, if I draw the ruler, do this again, I'm just going to put it at 16,000. We're right at 5% right now. Now, when I trade, my stop losses are tight. I'm talking about 2% or less. So I don't know what this guy is doing as far as his stop loss range. I'm not sure, but I definitely don't think he put 100 million up. He probably leveraged that, right? So if he's trading at 20x, he's only putting up 5 million. Okay. So still a lot of money for most people. Okay. But 100 million, he probably didn't put up 100 million. He leveraged it that much on the trade, but still he may cause, it's on BitBite, right? I don't trade on BitBite, but he may cause some issues there as far as when he gets stopped out. Okay. Or he may be actually exiting out himself without getting stopped out or liquidated. This may be causing the move up as well. So we'll see what happens. I think the story is already written though. He, and if anyone else followed him, any other whales followed him, they're going to get liquidated, and that's going to cause a short squeeze, which increases the price of Bitcoin even more rapidly than if it was just natural buying, because you got to cover your short when you get stopped out. That means covering means you have to go back and buy Bitcoin. That's added buying pressure, and I think we're going to see that coming soon. You're going to see a very big short squeeze if other whales followed him. And so let's take a look at what Anthony Scaramucci is talking about here. Big Wall Street guy, Skybridge Capital, is in his filing notes said that they may invest in digital assets. The company, which manages 7.7 billion in assets, would not limit its investment solely to Bitcoin though. So that's good news. Is Litecoin in that? I don't know. Is Bitcoin Cash in that? Ethereum? Who knows? But they're not limiting it to Bitcoin. The founder said that he is a crypto fan, and he later talks about in this article that it's led by the millennials. Here you can see the driving force are the millennials. Okay, that's the driving force in his opinion. And the article talks about, according to the market analysts, part of the reason why Bitcoin's price has been shooting up lately is solely because of high profile figures and companies expressing support for the asset and other digital currencies. That's absolutely it. I'm not hearing people in the streets talking about Bitcoin, barbers or Uber drivers or even white collar people. I'm not hearing them really talk. It's getting rumblings of it now just because the price is starting to head higher, but not like 2017. So that lets you know there's a lot of room to head higher. There's a lot of room to head higher. And speaking of high profile companies, I'm just going to touch on this really quickly. Software giant Intercom is interested in Bitcoin. Yet another one on that board, guys. They say they're interested, but not in any rush to allocate the company's funds into Bitcoin just yet. Yeah, that will change really quickly. And because they're publicly traded, I believe they have to disclose when they do. So it's not going to be like a thing where they say they're not going to do anything now and then they turn around and do it. If they do, they have to disclose that. I forgot what form they have to fill out and how long they have. I think they have like 90 days or maybe even shorter, 30 days, not sure, to disclose that type of information. Another one on the bandwagon. They haven't pulled the trigger yet, but that just lets you know if they're coming out saying it, there are so many others that are actually doing it. You'll find out about it in a report at a later date. So something, again, to keep in mind, guys. The buying pressure this time is going to be from Wall Street, the corporations looking to hedge themselves against inflation. It's a major problem and will continue to be a major problem. Last but not least, this is out of Decrypt Media inside the competition that will save Bitcoin from quantum computers, really save the world, save the internet. It's not just about Bitcoin. It's the entire internet is in danger, in my opinion. So Post Quantum, this is the company that the gentleman who retired from selling a tech software company, $200 million, I think about 10 years ago. He's come back because he said there needs to be a solution. Because if there's no solution to protect against these quantum computers that are, like I said, every freaking month I'm hearing more news about advancements in quantum computers. So Post Quantum, he created this company to find an encryption algorithm resistant to quantum computers. So he believes that he needs to save the world from quantum computers whose immense power he believes threatens total social and economic collapse. And he's saying that quantum computers that, still in prototype form are thousands of times faster than supercomputers and could crack all modern encryption within seconds. And we don't know when that's going to happen. Like the article stated here, timeline is debatable, but the end result is not, unless we get in front of the problem. A quantum computer, once operational, could reveal every government's secrets, drain any bank account, and overpower nuclear power stations. This is serious news, guys. This is why I've been following it and dropping articles here and there regarding the advancement of quantum computers, because it's going to be one of those things where it's like tick, 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 boom, right? You're not going to have a chance to catch up. And this is why we need people like Mr. Chang to work on these types of algorithms that are quantum resistant. So they believe, Post Quantum believes, they've created a quantum resistant encryption protocol that banks and governments could use to re-encrypt their files, and that blockchains could use to prevent people from hacking the network. So from my understanding, one of two things will have to happen, at least with Bitcoin, depending on when this actually rolls out. But if we get to a point where there are too many nodes spread out that can't update to a newer version of the protocol, then we may have to have a scenario where newer wallet addresses, like everyone would have to move their funds from older type of wallets to newer ones if we can't get everyone to upgrade their nodes. But I'm thinking the latter is probably going to happen. Most people will just update their nodes or risk losing their money. I think that's a large enough incentive for people to do that. So we'll see what happens with this Post Quantum and their algorithm. I think their algorithm is called Classic McLeese. It's based on a professor from Caltech named Robert McLeese. He created that actually in 1978. So this it doesn't require a powerful computer and is pretty fast, but it's only feasible today because hard drives are larger and internet speeds are faster. RSA encryption only requires 32 bits. Post Quantum's encryptions is several times larger at 255 kilobytes. And he also says the algorithm could also protect Bitcoin, because as of now, with a quantum computer, we will be able to reverse that public key into the private key easily. All right. So these are things that I'm trying to keep you guys abreast to, and this is important news. You're not going to get this from the shillers, right? The Bitcoin going to $10 million. Those people are just plebes, man. But anyway, make sure you guys like, share, and subscribe. And let me give another shout out to my man Wired Sparks for the song request, Missy Elliott, Best Friends, featuring Aaliyah. Found this video informative, guys. I need you to hit that like button and also subscribe to the channel. And if you do subscribe, click that bell, because that will alert you of any of my newest uploads. And also don't forget to share this video. It's your boy Crypto Blood. That's my two Satoshis. I'm out of here. Holla!